A couple months ago, my daughter learned to walk. And suddenly, she runs now, but suddenly her whole world opened up, especially the outdoors. And right now, the thing Nova wants most in life is to go outside. Whether it's rain or shine, heat or cold, she just wants to toddle around like a drunken pirate and pick up sticks and bark at dogs and excitedly say hello to cats. And so on days when it is not pouring rain or unbearably cold, my wife and I have been taking Nova to Sacagawea to walk the lake. And one of the things that became very apparent when we started doing this is how unbelievably slow Nova is. Her stride is not very long, it's part of the problem, but every few steps, she stops because there is a stick on the ground. There's a dog 50 yards away that she has to woof at. There's a rock next to a stick, or there are strangers walking by that she needs to say bye to. She doesn't say hello, she just says bye. And when we first get to the park and start this journey, it's very, very cute, I admit. But then it's time for dinner or nap or bath time or something, and so we need to go. And Nova has zero sense of urgency with this. Every single stick is a wonder. Every stranger is a friend. Every dropped starburst is treasure. Every duck is a miracle that must be admired. And there is no rushing this process apart from just picking her up and breaking her heart. But in contrast to Nova's slowness, I also discovered something about myself. I really hate slowing down. So much so that I found myself getting a little annoyed with how long it was taking just to toddle to the ducks or to go from the ducks to the playground, even though it wasn't like we needed to go anywhere or be anywhere. We were just there for Nova to explore and to enjoy the world, and I was foolishly wanting her to just hurry up with it somehow. Now, as silly as that is, and it is very, very silly, isn't that kind of how we all live today? Right? We're all in a rush. We're all busy. We need to keep busy, or we feel guilty for not being busy, regardless of whether we are a student or working or parenting or retired. And because being busy seems to be the air that we breathe today, I find myself imposing it on my toddler. Now, I want to be clear that as we talk about busyness and rest this morning, I'm like one speaking from the bottom of the pit, yelling up, hey, this is terrible, but I think there's hope. So I'm trying to climb out myself, so just to clarify that before I go on. For those of us who are in a season of life where we are students, right, busyness is homework. It's projects, it's studying for tests, it's finishing chores and forced time with our families, it's trying to connect with friends, it's soccer practices or choir or dance, it's finding time to actually practice those things as well as study for school. Plus there's new games, new shows, new reels that everyone's watching or playing that we need to catch up on. There's the constant managing of messages and snaps and posts and whatnot. And then the adults in your life are telling you need to sleep 9 hours too. For those of us who are out of our teens, it's work and maybe also school because we're told we need another degree or more skills. It's finishing deadlines and projects. It's trying to keep friendships from slipping away. It's date nights or finding someone to date. It's keeping track of the kids and all the places they need to be or just trying to keep them alive. It's sports to watch, the apartment to clean, it's bills to pay, and whatever else is going on with our extended family, and 9 hours of sleep somehow. For those of us who have made it through those long middle years, you're discovering that life feels even busier than when you were working. That somehow all that time you thought you were gaining just evaporated, right? And you're also tired and you're pulled into more directions than you thought possible. Whatever stage of life we're in, it seems that we cannot stay still, right? To pause, to stop means that we're going to be overrun, get behind, miss out, or maybe fall apart. Being busy seems to be how we can accomplish things and become respected and loved and valuable. It's how we can acquire things to make life feel full. It's how we can even maybe avoid the thoughts and the feelings that are haunting us. And for us in 21st century America, we can't live any other way, it seems. Busyness is how we try to survive. And for those of us who are also trying to be a Christian, we find the added pressure of religious activities, right? Of finding a couple hours to show up at a church, or amidst the constant demands of a toddler, trying to find time to do something spiritual, like study the Bible or pray or something, because we feel like we should. But if we're honest, that it all just gets in the way of all the things that we need to do. And we hear that Jesus invites us to come to him and he'll give us rest, and we kind of laugh, right? Because Jesus is just talking nonsense. We do not need more things to do today. And we do not believe that Jesus can actually give us rest, that he's just going to make our life harder. And so instead, we try to find rest by escaping this reality that overwhelms us, that bores us, that worries us. We lose ourselves in our Instagram feed. We escape through the latest season of whatever show. We doom scroll Facebook. We sink into another game, another book, another album, another hour of the evening news. And that's not even the stuff we try to escape to that we know is actually harmful to us. And yet we are still burnt out, stressed out, and wiped out. All we can figure to do is to keep going on because that's all we are told to do. But I wonder if the busyness or the feeling of busyness that we all seem to have today points to another problem, maybe a deeper problem. That we are a people that doesn't know how to actually rest. That we've convinced ourselves that escape and distraction are the best we can get. And so we busy ourselves with those things too. But such a life carries a high cost, right? And some of us feel that cost in our bodies as they break, as they get sick and fall apart or wear down. But all of us, I think, if we are still but for a moment, can feel that cost in our souls. That underneath it all, we are frustrated, we are angry, confused, passionless, and joyless. Our bodies may be able to function for a time off coffee or Red Bull, but our souls cannot. And we are paying the price for that. And maybe because we don't actually know how to rest, we also don't know how to truly live, as busy or as active or as full as our lives seem.